It's March 14th, 2014, current time 10:30 GMT. Jay Meisler with the GVI Forex daily Forex trading outlook on global-view.com. If you look at my video from the start of the week, and again I reiterated on Wednesday that the Crimea vote was going to be a key event risk. The market only paid notice on yesterday as the risk aversion view that I've had the entire week has finally played out. It was hard to anticipate the euro making a run at 140 in that kind of environment, but this is life in the machine-driven age where charts and stops and momentum seem to sometimes have more influence until rational thought takes over, such as what happened yesterday when a combination of China concerns, Crimea, whatever you want to put together, gave a perfect storm for the risk-off crowd. Now here we come into the weekend. It's hard to see dollar yen, for example, make much headway to the upside with the risk of who knows what on Monday when markets open after this Crimea vote. But that is a risk that should keep dollar yen at least below 102. If you look at a dollar yen chart, you will see that if I can find it here, 102.17 is the key level. Below that, looks like it's around 174. In the media focus is 101.50, one of my magic levels. That will determine whether focus shifts from stays on 102 or goes back to 101.17, which, as you can see by this chart, that's the risk. If we look at the euro dollar chart, key level here is this week's low at 138.31. We came close to having an outside day yesterday, missed it by a couple of ticks. Outside day key reversal day, actually. So we got here support again today in the 40s. So it's 3 times out of the last 4 days we've had support in the 138.40s, protecting that 138.31 low, which is the key level on the downside. Take that out, then you make a new low for the week. If that's not taken out, then we're back into this range of basically 138.50 to 140, I guess. But if you look at levels yesterday when Draghi made his comment, which by the way was kind of a joke, because he showed no concern at last week's meeting, and now all of a sudden somebody must have woke him up and say, hey, the currency makes a difference. Well, anyway, he said that euro was about 139.08, I believe, when that came out, and it gapped lower and didn't come back. So figure the 138.05 to 15 level is initial resistance, and yesterday's breakdown was 139.30. So you got really resistance right between 139.10.30 today. It's hard to see big bets being made today. No matter what position he's going to be, we'll have to watch stock market. I'm not sure data makes much of a difference in this environment. If you look at the 4-hour chart, breakout level was 138.25. That remains the key level on the downside. So if you, and to sum up here, we got the 1-hour chart. If I can get to it, get more closer. See the 200 hour moving average was just touched here around 138.95, so far capping the upside, and on the downside it has to stay above around 138.61 or so to keep this current little battle momentum intact. So sum up today, no big bets being made, matter of positioning as market gets nervous ahead of this weekend. After that happens, we'll see what goes on, but usually political factors don't last too long, but in this case, the U.S. reacts with sanctions. Perhaps we stretch this out for maybe even to month end, but there's supposed to be a Senate vote on the week of the 24th on sanctions against Russia. So euro dollar should have a limited upside. Dollar yen should have a limited upside. But then once again, just one word about the euro dollar, the way it's been trading for quite some time. It needs these retracements before it makes a new high. So we'll see if this is another one of those times. To negate that risk, you have to get below 138, figure to 25. So if there are any stops, they're more on the downside, below 138.31, say 138.41 to 43 or so. On the upside, no real key stops until yesterday's high. Could be some weak ones above 139, but I think if it does pop above 139, there probably some offers lying in wait from those got caught long yesterday. One word, I wrote an article yesterday saying, why on earth is the euro dollar so strong? I put the link at the bottom of this video. It's a clickable link, so just click on it, you read it, and I think it's worth reading because it puts things in perspective, and it's what also would change the picture. So I cover both ends of the spectrum. Good luck and good trading. We'll see you next week.